This is how you do rear brakes on a 97 Porsche 986 Boxster. First thing you want to do is remove the wear sensor. It should come out the bottom. And just set that to the side for now. Remove the hardware pin and it should slide inwards. But in order to do that, you first have to remove the safety pin. Just grab it and then pull up and it comes out. Now you should be able to slide the pin inwards. Now, if it's been there for a while, more likely it's not just going to slide. Another thing is you do have to pressure or push this down to relieve the pressure on that pin as well and be able to come out that way. I'm just gonna completely push it by just hammering it. This is ready to come off. Set that aside. I should keep going from here. Alright, it's all the way out. Okay, at this point you should be able to pull the pads out, so they should come out outwards like this. There's one. And this one comes out like that. At this point it's super easy to just push the pistons in. This rear caliper is a Brembo, so it has 4 pistons. So all I do is, as long as the pistons are in good shape, just push them in this way while prying on the rotor. And you don't want to do this with a new rotor or a good rotor, but since I'm replacing them, I'm just gonna, I'm not worried about damaging it. So you grab it like this, push that piston in, get the other one in here, push it in, grab the 4th one and push it in. Alright, looks like they are all flush in there now. At this point you have 2 caliper bolts that are holding it to the spindle. We need to remove that so that we can remove the rotor. Alright, it shouldn't be that hard. Let's see. Okay. Okay, you don't want to pull this bolt all the way out yet, and the reason why is because there is a line that is attached to the spindle, and you wanna remove that line from there so that the whole caliper can move away. Otherwise, you're gonna end up bending that line, and that should just be a 10mm socket. Just behind here, there is a 10mm, and you just loosen that up. Take that off. Now you can finish undoing this bolt and the whole caliper can move out of the way. Set it here where there's no actual tension on that line. Now we got to remove the disc. Now on this one with the 2 bolts on the front, it kind of sucks. So what I learned to do is to grab a shorty or a stubby screwdriver. This one happens to be a Phillips. Push it in there as hard as you can and then twist with this. All right. Okay. Should be able to come out. At this point, you should be able to slide the rotor out. but remember that your emergency brake is in here. So you have to make sure that your emergency brake is disengaged, and you might have some resistance, but you just grab it and start pulling it, and there you go. It comes off like that. Now I'm ready to install the new rotor, and I want to line it up to where those screws that I removed can go back in place. So let's see if we can do that. That's where they should go. I'm gonna put those screws back in. Now, if the screws get damaged, go ahead and replace them. Some people don't even put them back, but it's gonna help you align the disc to the hub. Alright, they don't even have to be torqued down too much. They just need to help you align. Alright? I spray it with brake cleaner at this point just to remove that grease film that comes from the factory. Okay, the caliper can go back in place. Just grab one of your caliper bolts and line it up. So I'm using the top one, which is the one that is easier to see. And make sure you start it by hand. You don't want to cross thread this, because these bolts are actually cast iron, and the spindle itself is aluminum. So, alright, so get that started in there just to hold it in place. Right now is a good time to go ahead and put that 10mm bolt back in place. Okay, I'm gonna grab the second bolt and slip it in place. Start it by hand. At this point, you should be able to slip in your brake pads. Just slide in. Now, this is a new hardware. Remember, this is what's going to hold the wear sensor wire that loops around it. So that has to face down, and you have to make sure that this hole on this is facing upwards, because you have to slip in a pin in there. Okay, so this is going to sit pretty much like this. This is where the bolt is going to slide through, and it goes from the inside of the caliper outwards like that. And we have to push this down, of course. And there we go. It's in. We got a new pin. I'm gonna slip that in there. Just like that. Now we can go ahead and remove the old wear sensor, which is being held by a clip that attaches to the brake line. and then it loops around the spindle on the back, which is the base for the shock, and this just slides out. It has a rubber mounting that goes there. Then it comes towards the back, and there is a connection back here. So back here, you're just gonna lift this clip, which is a hold down for that harness, and you're gonna pull the white one, just this one, for your sensor. So I'm gonna start by slipping the new one in. Close this up again. All right, then I'm gonna go above the axle, but right in front of the sway bar link. And I can't show you with this camera, but there is an attachment, or there is a little bracket back here, which is what's going to hold that cable. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so there's two sensors, one for the outer one for the inner one. I'm going to start with the outer one, and I'm just going to make sure that this is going to be held by the pad, and this is the actual sensor that slips in a hole on the pad. So it just slips in like this. We come down, slips in like this on the other hole.